So over the past few days, I've been tagged quite a bit on this topic, so let's get into it. Now, I covered this topic before when TikTok was mainly doing 30-second videos, so it's about time that I probably recover it with a 3-minute video. But today, we're mainly going to iron out some of the history around Kingsford charcoal. Because although a lot of the videos that I'm seeing are technically true, they are kind of leaving out some of the finer details of the history involved. In the summer of 1919, Henry Ford, Harvey Firestone, Thomas Edison, and John Burroughs, a naturalist, went on Ford's annual camping trip. Now, when I say camping, these people had valets and chauffeurs and went in kind of luxury cars for the time. And to be perfectly honest, it was more glamping than camping. For those that don't know the term, that's glamour camping. Now, on this particular camping trip, Henry Ford had invited Edward G. Kingsford. Now, Kingsford had yet to really make a name for himself, but he was an up-and-coming real estate agent, and he had had some success running a successful Ford dealership in the Michigan area. All of that aside, it was really the fact that he was the husband of Ford's favorite cousin, Minnie, that got him on that trip. See, Ford was selling a lot of Model Ts, and that meant that he needed a lot of lumber. So yeah, unfortunately, fleecing a lot of his dealers for special boxes wasn't gonna cut it. He needed timber, and he needed it bad. So that meant that he needed to buy a ton of acreage in the Iron Mountains of Michigan. Approximately 313,000 acres of Michigan forest. Because each one of those Model Ts used about 100 square board feet of hardwood. Now on this trip, they got talking to that naturalist that I was talking about. And they realized that running a sawmill came with a great deal of waste. You have slump, you have scrap, and you have tree stumps. And as we know, Henry Ford didn't like to just leave money on the ground. So on that trip, they devised a new item that they thought almost every camper, and hell, almost every person could find a use for. Ford named it the briquette. And shortly after, the Ford Charcoal Company was born. The company actually remained the Ford Charcoal Company 5 years after Ford passed away in 1947. But once we started getting into the 50s, Ford cars really weren't using wood in their design anymore. So the company was sold off to an investment firm, which had to rename the company, so they picked a name that still continued to honor the men who started it, Kingsford.